This film was made possible by a grant from FALCON International Productions.
Ready? Hit it! The TASIS cheerleaders are here to say hello to you and good luck today. H-E-L-L-O, the Trailblazer team says hello.
Born into a family of American educators, and later a frequent traveler and student in Europe, Mary Christ Fleming had the dream of founding a school in the best American independent school tradition, which would also have access to Europe and its rich culture. In 1955, she moved to Switzerland with her own 3 children and founded TASIS, the American school in Switzerland. Since then, the school has grown into 3 schools, the one in Switzerland, another in England, and another in Greece. Although the TASIS schools share a common approach to education, each campus has special characteristics and facilities. This film was made on location in the 3 schools, showing particular activities that take place in each one. Unlike the main academic program, few of these activities take place in all of the schools, and some are unique to one of the campuses. This film can provide glimpses of a complex reality that differs not only from school to school, but from year to year, and especially from student to student. The oldest of the schools is the American School in Switzerland, founded in 1955 and located in Lugano, in southern Switzerland. With its beautiful hillside perspective at the beginning of the Swiss Alps, the school is located at the intersection of the great connecting routes between Italian, German, and French culture. Switzerland is the trilingual center of Europe and the safest and most spectacular of the European countries. Lugano is both alpine and Mediterranean in feeling and is beautifully situated on the southernmost Swiss lake, looking out toward Italy a few miles away. This location and the Swiss traditions of internationalism have encouraged the American school in Switzerland to pioneer techniques for educating Americans in Europe. The school's main building is the 17th century Villa de Nobili, a Swiss national monument which contains offices, student rooms, a museum collection of armor, the dining hall, and its adjacent outside dining area. Other quaint Italianate buildings in and near the hillside village of Certinago serve as residences, classrooms, the art studio, theater, and the library. Gardens, great trees, and modern sports facilities are also situated in the secluded park that is part of the campus. A campus that provides the kind of quiet charm and intimacy that fosters thoughtfulness and a sense of personal well-being. Primarily a boarding school of approximately 250 students, TASIS Switzerland maintains small classes to encourage maximum personal attention. Its specialty is a full and varied travel program that has both curricular and extracurricular aspects which make use of Europe as a campus. One of its unique travel features is the 2-week ski tour that the whole school shares in the alpine ski resort of St. Moritz. In 1976, the American bicentennial year, TASIS expanded to England, the birthplace of Parliament, and of so much that is best in American culture and politics. The school is located in the peaceful Surrey countryside near the Thames, only 10 minutes from Windsor Castle, an hour from Oxford, and half an hour from London, giving it direct access to the heart of English culture and history. TASIS England is both like and unlike the mother school. It too is situated in historic buildings with beautiful grounds. In this case, Georgian mansions and Tudor houses, and an 18th century park and gardens with spacious playing fields. The school is only 18 miles from the heart of London, giving it special orientation and character, allowing 2/3 of its 500 students to commute from their homes nearby. TASIS England also uses London for study, cultural activities and recreation. Theatres, museums, historic monuments, cinemas and concert halls are priceless resources for an exciting and rewarding education. The newest TASIS school is located in Greece, one of the oldest centers of human culture, where 2,500 years ago, the Hellenic spirit defined values and ideals that have continued to animate the West. Located in a calm and tree-shaded suburb of Athens, from which the school draws many of its students, both American and international, TASIS Hellenic has a majority of day students and is larger than the TASIS schools in Switzerland and England. Conveniently close to Athens, as well as to great historical and cultural sites such as Marathon, Thebes, and Delphi, the school is also close to the glorious Greek Sea. Understanding the role of the sea helps to make ancient Greek culture and history intelligible. And appreciating the sea makes life in modern Greece more enjoyable.
What's an advantage of being told? Tell me one way that under Germany with the Kaiser, people would have had it simpler or easier than people had it under Germany under the Weimar Republic. What is something that the average German might have liked about living under a Kaiser?
Now, if you look at the sample that's on the board...
All of the TASIS schools, however, have in common a concern for the individual, which is encouraged in the academic sphere by small classes, careful personal attention, modern facilities, and well-equipped laboratories.
Λέω στο τέλος, ποιο θα είναι το τέλος, ποιο φαντάζεστε ότι θα είναι το τέλος της Φραγκογενούς. Η Φραγκογενού μόνη της θα θέσει τέρμα στη ζωή της ή κάποιοι άλλοι θα την πιάσουν, θα την...
That could be funny, because human stupidity has led to the apocalypse, right? Right. Now, I don't know, is that fair?
How do you take in Woody Allen? And he really, in a funny way, puts forth reality to a lot of people. I mean, I don't know, that's why I took it.
All right, and that's...
There are advanced placement courses in major disciplines, as well as a range of general studies courses for less advanced students.
Here, you know that?
But in all classes, the emphasis is on carefully supervised intellectual growth.
The 30, 60, 90 triangle. In that 30, 60, 90 triangle, now you know the value of radius.
I mean, she was in tears at one point, or pretending to be so, and he was responding to that in a kind of gentlemanly way. Was he not a gentleman always towards the barmaid? I think he was, apart from that first occasion when it was a little bit chatty, and, or, you know, the very first meeting when he... Yes, but what do you mean by formal is the question, isn't it?
Okay, anybody know where does it go from the right atrium? Okay, right ventricle. It's passed through this atrioventricular valve to the right ventricle, and then here it goes out to the lungs. Remember, this is unoxygenated blood, blood that does not contain oxygen.
But for these men, that wasn't enough. No, you're talking about an evolution towards emperor. One man who stands above everyone else. That's what these ambitious men were seeking. The power to shape Rome in their vision. Each one of these men will fail. Even Caesar will fail.
Good facilities are provided, and library collections are constantly being increased to improve study and work habits. In the boarding programs of the TASIS schools, the structured environment and the support system of advisors are particularly important, and individualized academic counseling is an integral part of each TASIS student's life at school.
Yes, and that means in certain courses you are going to have to complete this year. Right? As a senior, you will be taking senior English.
You definitely get respect from faculty members, and you are treated as more of an equal, and I think that's valuable for them as well as for you. You also feel some respect, you're saying, from the student body. Yeah, each administrator as well as each faculty member last year had the prefect assigned to them who worked with them.
Students are encouraged and prepared to develop a sense of responsibility in a variety of ways. Through the prefect system, students learn to take responsibility for the welfare of their community, and they learn how to use authority properly.
Afternoon.
In their positions in the disciplinary body, the Student Faculty Review Board, they learn to define and defend decent community standards.
You saw me coming up the path, and you ran up to Torch Alley. What had happened? What had been going on? What had you and Richard been doing in the evening before you saw me and took off?
Me and Richard walked up to the co-op, about 2 liters, went down around Lucchini towards Montag, sat down on the hill, decided to drink. We drank half, I drank.
We were talking about maybe 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah, around that time. I drank a little more than a half. Richard only drank about a half.
Half a liter?
Yeah.
Tim, you're aware of what's going to happen next time, if there is a next time?
Yes.
You want to tell me?
Suspension.
Do you want to be suspended?
No.
Do you want to finish the year here?
Yes, I do.
Most students serve their school community in on-campus community work programs. In addition, some students are involved in community service programs that acquaint them with the needs of others outside their peer group and school, in the society at large. Even in humble ways such as visiting old people, students can learn the disciplines of decency and sympathy that make life worth living for everyone.
How has your season gone so far? Are you doing fairly well?
Well, when we play in the Swiss League, it's a little bit more difficult than when we play with students and things our own age, because when we play the Swiss League, there are women that
The personal contacts between students and teachers and administrators go beyond the classroom and are focused in the advisor system. Each student has an advisor who is often a friend as well as a counselor and teacher.
Do you think we should stay in the league, Mara? Do you think we should continue just for the competition? It's good, even though they're older teams. Good.
Michigan State, I don't think you'll have any problem there.
Yeah, okay.
Because the residency requirements for admission to Michigan State as a resident of Michigan are less strict than they are for the University of Michigan.
How are things going now that you've been here for a few months?
Oh, fine, thank you. It's been quite easy with all the people.
The intimacy of the boarding community multiplies those personal contacts and relationships with teachers, as well as those that develop in the dormitories between the students themselves.
Dormitory, everything's okay?
Mm-hmm, fine.
I'm going to Japan.
How long are you going to stay in Japan?
2.5 weeks, something like that. Well, you know, we're going to New York first.
The dormitories have rooms of various sizes and capacities, each one housing from 2 to 4 students.
2.5 weeks in Japan.
These rooms are the students' on-campus homes, providing them with private space in which to relax and get to know each other.
If I can get a visa.
Who are you visiting?
Residential life is governed by clear, firm, common-sense rules regarding study hours, mixed company, lights-out times, and prohibiting drugs and dangerous or harmful activities.
I was hoping I could do something with it.
Faculty residents are assisted by student prefects in the supervision of life in the dormitories. In the boarding community, students learn mutual toleration and courtesy and develop friendships. They learn how to be with others, many of whom come from different cultures, in a home away from home, where they live together, study together, and break bread together.
Hello.
But it is outside the classroom and the dormitory that many of the most important experiences and relationships occur and develop, in sports and in extracurricular activities.
And the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the carpet is hard. Well, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, jolly little doggy, all stuffed with fluff. He's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, willy-nilly,